guys, we got a few skipjack finally. So I've got about an hour and a half before dark. So I want to try it out here around this dam before it gets dark and see how it goes. And then I'm gonna move back into some shallower water as it gets closer to dark. There's so much trash out here around this dam right now that I don't want to be out here after dark where I can't see. And I could run the trolling motor, and if I knew that I was going to catch 80-pound fish, we would do it, or even 60s. But we're going to try it. And if we don't get anything before dark, we're gonna move to shallower water and go from there. Because if we're not gonna catch anything out here, I don't want to be in this dam after dark. Now, I mean, if we catch fish, we'll make a decision on that at the time. Y'all know me. If there's fish there, I'm gonna be with them fish, regardless of a lot of things. I think we could handle it. I would just have to watch. I'm gonna start out because I'm gonna go to some swifter stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run 8 ounces of weight, even in this slacker current. I'm pretty stoked, guys. I ain't fished after dark in a year. Well, it's been before winter. And sometimes fishing after dark is a good thing, because that's when them catfish feed. So what I'm thinking is, if they're feeding, they might push out into this slacker current when they're actively feeding instead of just laying there. Dog, I tell you what, it took me, I had to go way up the Cumberland to get skipjack to some clear water. I knew I could get them if I could find clear water. So I went up the Cumberland and started throwing a minicolor and finally caught 5 or 6. I swapped colors, I jacked around, I prayed, I done a little bit of everything and finally got enough to fish with. If nothing else, guys, that is a picturesque scene. Left-hand pole. That did not take long, guys. You know what we need to do? We need to get the dip net ready. I'm gonna hang it off this rod holder here. Yeah. I'm gonna lay it in its typical hole. I don't like to hang it off that rod holder when this boat's a-flipping around. Right hand pole. Them some good bites. That was a good fish. Left hand pole. Good slow takedown. Good slow takedown. Good slow. Good fish. I don't think he's no monster. But it was a good sight to see a pole go down off the anchor. And we still got that catfish. If we keep getting bites, we're gonna try that catfish. Nice 5-pound blue. Well, crap. I've got all my stuff piled up here that I do not want to get wet. Nice 5-6 pound blue. Good anchor fish for this time of year. He's got some scarring to him. Yeah. Now then, we're gonna put a colossal bait out there. And see what happens. And I'm gonna throw it more towards that current. I gotta change battery out on this. Now then, if we keep getting bites like that, we ain't going nowhere. See, what I think happens, and the reason why I think this, I think during the day, they're out there in that current laid up just waiting for stuff to come along. And then after dark, they get more aggressive, and as it gets towards dark, get more aggressive and actively go hunting food. That big headpiece. Now I'm gonna let that fish toy with it for a little bit because that was a colossal piece of bait. Now, if y'all remember, I threw it a little bit over there closer to the current too. But that fish was struggling with that bait. I don't know why. That fish is struggling with that bait. That might be a smaller fish. And he might bend that pole down and touch the water here directly. You never know. I'm gonna give him plenty of time. I think he's gonna go on down with it now. Acting very strange for a blue cat. He's still toying with it. I don't know what else it could be. It's 50 foot deep right there. God, he's trying. Come on, God, get her. If that was a chunk piece, I'd done and have it out of his mouth or the fish on. It being a head piece, I want him every effort he can to get a hold of it. Because usually they're good fish on head pieces. I don't think he's got it in his mouth. God, he's wanting it. He might commit now. What are we gonna do if we reel that fish in and it's a 60 pounder? God, I hope he's hooked. And I tell y'all something, what it ain't is a 60 pounder. I tell you what it is though, is a flathead. Flatty Bobatty. Got the dog, he come uncorked. Nice 2.5 pound flathead. His old head's just flat as it can be. That's a good sign. That means that there's apt to be a hoss out there. I think I'm gonna throw that right back out there. Guys, you can catch them flathead on cut bait. A lot of people don't say it. I've caught more flathead on skipjack doing this than I have ever on perch, on rod and reel. So basically, if it's got any, so I just drug them skipjack out of the water. So if it's been in your cooler for a little bit or something like that, then they won't bite it. It's got to be optimal fresh. I think I've had that one in the cooler about 7-8 hours since I got here. I caught it when I first got here, that skipjack. I knew that it wasn't biting like a blue cat, and I knew that it was probably too deep to be a gar, but I never dreamed that it had been a flathead in that deep of water. Usually you'll catch blues in your deeper water and then your flats in your shallower water. Flats are more apt to be around cover. I don't do a lot of flathead fishing just due to the fact that I love to fish for blues. I love the big takedowns. I love the excitement of that pole going down and going to the ground. And don't kid yourself, a flathead will do it too. Usually a flathead, if he takes it down like that, he's a monster. I do think that you get big flathead on, they'll outfight a blue. I don't know. They're pretty doggone close. A flathead just goes down when you're fighting him, a big one. Of course, a big blue will do the same thing. Boy, that's a pretty picture right there. Dog, I got a brush pile coming through. I'm gonna look at this bait, and if it ain't got blood on it, I'm gonna put a new piece of bait on it and chunk it over yonder. And if them bites keep tending that way, before dark, I'm gonna move over about 10 foot. Maybe 20. We got a big old log. This big old log down there gonna screw everything up. Good takedown, guys, on that head piece again. Oh no, that was the piece I just threw out there. I could move the poles around. Come on. Come on. It's acting like another flathead. Dog. So them bites are tending that away. I don't know if y'all can see anything right now, but I kind of feel like that I need to move over that away just a hair. When I get this fish in, I'm gonna move over about 15 foot. That way I can put both them poles right in that current seam where them fish are biting. That's a blue. That fish, folks, is a spawned out fish and a female. I'm gonna move over just a hair. If I get just right, I can fish downstream and get out of that sun. I'm gonna make a circle, because if I screw around here too much, it's gonna be bad after dark. The boat's gonna be going in circles. Let's handle it there. I don't think it'll go in circles here. I didn't do much for the sun, did I? We probably ain't far from going home unless we really go to catching a good one. That did not take long. Dog, I wished I could see. That's aggravating. I need to check the radar. Boys, we ain't got long. There's a line of storms coming together just west of us. that fish come off. He's already back after it. Dropped it 40 foot deep here. It's not acting blue catfish at all. That acts blue catfish. Strip and drag right out of the freaking bucket. He's not no monster, but it's a good one. So as the summer progresses, guys, you got to search for these bite windows when they bite. And that's where I've been screwing up. Is I'm a wintertime fisherman, so they bite all day in the wintertime. As a matter of fact, they bite sometimes better, during the day than they do at night because of the water temperature. So I decided today, I was like, I'm gonna try the evening. And I jacked around out here for never, I bumped a little bit to see if I could get a channel cat. And anyways, I decided I was gonna sit out here till the fish either bit or I got thundered off. We ain't got a lot of time left. I'm gonna fish a little bit longer, probably till the camera don't work no more because of the sun, and then skin out. But just remember that, like I said, hunt the bite windows, because they do bite. And I don't, the spawn, I couldn't tell you if it's happened or not. I don't think it has. I think we're still in pre-spawn here. Now, like the Tennessee River and the lakes and stuff, the water temperature's in the 70s. So they're done and spawned, or, doing their whatever they do. And like I said the last time, they don't all spawn at once. But I better get this fish in, or I'm gonna have another and taking off with that other pole. But I'm relishing the moment, catching this fish and all. Because I do love it. He is not a big one, but it's a good one. Big old male blue cat. I got my arm in the way so you can't see him if he comes off the hook. but it's a male scarred up. That's a good sign. Is that fish still taking off with that other pole, or did he quit? Dog, it's been a while since I hossed one over the side of the boat that I've caught. Make sure he's a blue. Yep, he's a blue. God, I hate using dip nets. About a 15, 20 pounder. Send him back. Go after another. I guess that fish got off that other pole. I quit watching it when I got to talking. Or he's still on there one. I think he's still on there. I probably done and got him wore out. That's on that head piece. And I thought he would be bigger than that. What I ain't gonna do is use the dip net. At least I get fresh bait on everything. Another 5, 6 pound blue, guys. I'm gonna put fresh bait on everything, let them set till it gets too dark to see, and then call it. Because guys, this has been fun today. I mean, I've caught more fish in the last hour than I have in the last 3 weeks. Just because they're biting right now. It is the time of day that they bite. Dog is a challenge. I got another head piece and another body piece. I'm gonna put the body piece over there to the right and the head piece over there to the left. And a feller could probably sit here and do this for another 3 or 4 hours. But that bigger one come from the ride over there. Another headpiece going out there to the left. Dog, that's a pretty picture right there, guys. I'm gonna give her about 5 more minutes and then call it a good day, because we caught a lot of fish real quick. All because we decided to do something different and fish the evening instead of the morning. Here we go. That's what I like about Blue Cat, that takedown. And that wasn't a massive takedown, that was just a good, slow, steady. Always be prepared for, if that fish is coming towards you like that, be prepared for that thing to turn and go the other way. I've caught 60-pound fish that didn't know they was hooked until they got to the boat. So this is nowhere near a 60-pounder. But it's a good last fish of the day. Good 10-pound fish. Another 10-pound fish. Just like that, guys. Learn from my mistakes, because I make a lot of them. Never would have dreamed that you could have come out here and that would have made that much difference between the night and the day. On the fishing. And if I had somebody with me, I'd probably go ahead and sit here with them. It's very difficult to do this after dark by yourself. And if I wasn't going fishing in the morning, I'd probably sit here with them. And I might come right back here and fish for these in the morning. Do not know yet. I got a buddy that's wanting to come, and I've been on these wipers here lately when I'm skipjack fishing, catching the fire out of these wipers. And I've took home a mess of them, and we come down here and got skipjack and got a mess of them yesterday, and he really enjoyed himself. So we might come back down here and do that tomorrow. I do know that they bite the same thing skipjack do, because that's when I catch them, is when I'm fishing for skipjack. Well, guys, I'm gonna call it. So we learned something today. I don't think the fish are not biting. I think they're just biting in windows. I need to take my own advice and think outside the box, because I had been fishing quite a bit here lately and not catching anything. And there was all kinds of theories behind it. And I finally said, I'm gonna try it tonight, and if I don't catch anything before dark, I'm gonna set till after dark. And these fish will always bite at dark. I don't know what I've been thinking. But anyways, I will see y'all the next time.